Hey everyone, this is Manly Baz here, and welcome back to Grotesque Beauty. Previously, we bought a new painting, and we put it in a nice place in the house, just like one of those home decorating shows. My eyes snapped open once more. I saw the ceiling indistinct above me. I was back in Anita's room. I stared at the ceiling, where the streetlights outside the window cast a dim glow. I lay there unmoving for a moment. The sound of my heart pounding was the only sound I heard. Wiping the beads of sweat that streaked down from my brow, I noticed my hands were still trembling. I pressed them tight to my chest to steady them, and my breathing began to relax. I am safe. It was just a dream. As I calmed down, I remembered something urgent. Anita! My eyes scanned the room frantically. Adjusting to the darkness, I soon made out her sleeping figure on the bedroom floor, soundly asleep. I breathed out a sigh of relief. Thank God she's safe. The memory of the wispy black room was fresh in my mind. For a moment I was afraid that I had truly lost the whereabouts of my friend or even my mental faculties. There's a bit of a similar faces and same hair color, and it's all black and white syndrome going on. Like, I can kind of get the gist of who's who, but it's also like my brain has to stop and think for a second, like, oh. My experience felt so vivid, unlike any dreams I had never had before. Most times my dreams were uninteresting. I'm sure I'm not creative enough to conjure something like this. It couldn't have been a mere dream. Could it? And Hana, she was there. Am I this upset over her disappearance that I'd still dream of her? After all the time that she's been absent, I never had an encounter with her quite as powerful as this. Can she still be out there somewhere? What if she's close by? Is that why all these strange things have been happening? Not ready to fall back to sleep, I lay in silence, listening to the ambience of the room. There was something soothing about quietly observing life as it drifted by. The night can be full of intriguing little sounds that usually goes unnoticed in the day. I think the night's pretty cool. It's cool sounds. Some time passed, and I was still no closer to falling asleep. As I came on the verge of drifting off, I heard something that caught my attention. Was that just the house creaking? No, sound like... Yeah, sure it was the house creaking. There it was again. It didn't sound like the regular nighttime ambience. Against everything else, the sound stood out for some reason. The pitter-patter was coming from somewhere inside the house, though I couldn't tell where exactly. Maybe it's coming from the phone. 'Cause who was the phone? We go without that reference. Was it my imagination, or does the gentle sound seem purposeful? I rolled out into an elbow, sat up, and froze mid-motion, not wanting my movement to mask anything. Silence reigned over the house. Whatever was making that noise was gone. Still, I think I should investigate it, if only for the peace of mind. I look over at Anita, still asleep and undisturbed by the noise coming from outside the bedroom. Should I wake her up and alert her about what I've heard? She's fast asleep, and I'd feel bad if I disturbed her for something trivial. I wonder if I should leave her. I wonder if I should save my game. I clicked the button to save my game. It was a gear in the lower right corner, which made a bunch of text appear over a black silhouette. I tried to click the save button. It took a couple of clicks, but it was delayed. And then I went down to the 5th slot. Yeah, 6th slot. And then I clicked save empty slave slot. Let's wake her up? No way I'm going to take any risks. Enough weird things have happened already, so I should take a more cautious approach. I'll wake up, but we'll go investigate this together. I reached over and shook Anita by the shoulder. Hey Anita, get up! Listen, you need to get up now. This is an emergency. What is it? I heard something coming from the other room. Anita shoots me a quizzical stare. You woke me up for that? That's probably nothing. No, this is different. I was listening for a while. It didn't sound right. How so? To use your quote, I just have a bad feeling. Call intuition if you want, but there have been far too many oddities lately for my liking. At this remark, Anita sat straight with her eyes open wide, as if she just remembered something horrible. You don't think it's related to me that knocking's on the door, do you? Of course it's related to that. Crap, I kinda forgot about that. Oh god, you've got me scared now. Did you really hear something? You're not messing with me, are you? This would be the time to tell me if you are. The last time I'm dead serious about this, and pretty soon I'll be dead. And also serious. You know me. This isn't the kind of crap I do. Look, we can't stay here if there's something wrong. We have to at least take a look and make sure that what that noise was. But what if something is wrong? Maybe we should just hide in here. Oh yeah, just hide in the room from the ghost thing. What if we got all wrong and it's just ghosts? Just bear with me now. It's ghost propaganda. Ghosts can't go through walls or doors or anything solid. They just convince you of that, like, oh, we can flow through things. So it's like, hey, don't bother closing that door. The ghost will just fly through it. And then the ghost is like, sucker. A lot of ghost propaganda out there. That's not an option. We can't stay here if there's trouble. That's why we need to check it out. Come on, we'll do it together. Just stay close to me. Alright, lead the way. I opened the bedroom door ever so slightly, enough to poke head out into the hallway. Standing still like a statue, I listened intently for any evidence of the sound returning. Frozen on the spot, I was alert when a voice whispered behind me. Do you hear anything? Not this time. Where was it coming from? I couldn't tell. Let's move downstairs, but be careful. We don't want to give ourselves away. Right behind you. We tiptoed lightly across the hallway and down the stairs, slowly taking our steps in not to make a sound. So far, nothing seemed out of the ordinary. I just hope that doesn't change anytime soon. We came to the living room. Nothing immediate jumped out to my attention. But then again, I wouldn't be able to tell if something subtle was different. If it was my own house, I'm sure anything misplaced would be obvious to me. I let Anita take charge of the investigation. Looks like whatever it was... Hey, the painting's gone! Was making the noises gone. Is everything okay in here? Nothing fell or anything like that. Not as far as I can tell. It looks like how we left it. We scanned the room a little more, splitting off momentarily to cover more ground. I wasn't sure what I was looking out for, so I returned to Anita and found her standing motionless in the center of the room. Ah, finally noticed, huh? Hey, are you okay? What is it? It was hard to see in the dark, but there was an unmistakable look in her eyes. A look of fear. Oh god! What? What is it? Look over there! I followed the direction of her finger, directed towards the painting. Do you see that? Tell me you see that! I blinked my eyes, trying to clear away any weariness that might have clouded my vision. There was nothing wrong with my eyes. However, it was clear we both saw the same thing. What the actual hell? The woman in the painting, she's gone. How is this possible? I clutched the top of my head, nails digging into my scalp, hoping against hope that I was still dreaming, that I might wake up at any moment. There was no such end from this nightmare. However, this was really happening. Holy shit, how's this even possible? This is really messed up. No way, it just can't change like that, that's impossible. This thing is bad. It's cursed for sure. Oh god, what do we do? Why does your face look like smug in comparison? I know you have only so many sprites. It's a little misplaced. I think it's like a serious neutral face, but looks kind of like a little smile, like, heh heh heh. You're gonna die first. Before I could answer, our attention was drawn to the thin sheet of fog that suddenly filled the room. Where the hell did this come from? Maybe it came from outside. Did you leave a window open somewhere? No, and even if I did, look how fast this place became misty. It was a clear moment ago. A regular fog can't just appear like this. This ghost is a walking humidifier. This night just keeps getting weirder. Rachel, look at the painting. Something's happening. It's glowing. True to her word, the painting glimmered with ethereal energy. It pulsed like the beating of a heart. The rhythmic throb gave an impression of a living creature. Across the surface, a streak of light rippled outward like the parting of curtains. Now and then light catches the canvas, and it appeared like there was something else unusual about it. The light danced on the surface, and something didn't seem right about the space between the frames. I almost shouted in astonishment when it dawned on me. The painting's surface was no longer flat. Inside it contained a new dimension that disappeared into the wall. Do you see that? The painting goes inward. It looks like there's a tunnel. How? There should be a wall right behind it. It must be some kind of portal. A portal? Where do you think it goes? No idea. As we stood staring at this strange painting, a familiar sound came from above. Go on. Did you hear that? Yeah, that was the sound you heard before. Definitely, it's coming from upstairs. Hey, where are you going? I'm gonna take a look. I think it's coming from my parents' room. What about the painting? Don't you think we should take a closer look at? Maybe we can find where it leads to. Are you kidding me? I think we should stay away from it. Who knows what it is and what it can do? What if it changes again? Might not stay this way for long. This might be our only chance to see what's happening before the passageway closes. Maybe we'll find out more about what we're dealing with this way. There was something else I didn't tell her about, though. I felt something coming from the painting. Something called out to me. "Hey, come over here, it's Candy." Was it a voice? A faint memory lingered in my mind. I've seen this place before. If only I could remember it. I hit the save button again. The familiar cog in the bottom right. I've made a total of 7 saves now. That way I can be assured that if I got a bad ending, I'd still be able to continue. Let's get painting. Let's go! I'm going to examine it a little closer. It won't take a minute. Rachel, I don't think I want to go near it. Stay there if you want. Nothing bad will happen. Ah! I promise you. The portal will probably close in a minute anyway, so just hang tight for a moment. Yeah, let's go for the portal that's about to close. Be careful, okay? I mustered enough courage to step closer towards the otherworldly painting. The decisive words I spoke to Anita betrayed the caution I felt, but something compelled me to inspect the painting. Something more than mere curiosity. Each step I take feels heavy, like I'm wading through a thick invisible substance. I couldn't tell if it was some supernatural force or my body fighting to turn back. Well, what do you see? Not a whole lot. It's quite hard to see anything with this fog in the way. Something just moved inside the frame. Did you see it? It's there, right in front of you. Anita's warning didn't reach my ears. The outside world faded into a wall of mist. The boundaries of the room melted away, and I no longer recognized where I was. The world as I knew it was hidden away. All that existed at that moment was me and the painting. Isolated in time, we were the only things alive. Oddly, I didn't even revel in the strange situation long as my attention was pulled back to the thing in front of me. The painting was within touching distance. At a second glance, I began to see the silhouette of a figure inside the canvas. Its small form approached me. Rachel. You know my name. Who are you? The world inside the painting was filled with a dense fog that hid the stranger. Have you forgotten me that quickly? I can't see you. The fog is too thick. If you come closer, maybe I can see you more clearly. The figure on the other side of the painting silently moved closer. Can you see me now? I strained my eyes. The form of a young girl materialized, but the details remain hazy. I see you. Who are you? What are you doing here? Don't you recognize me? I don't believe... The veil of smoke dissipates a little, enough for me to begin making out her face. Something had been eating away at me at the back of my mind. I heard that voice before, very recently in another world, but that was only a dream. Even though this all felt just as unreal, I knew I was awake this time. She looked just as I remembered her. What if the painting was the real world, and the world we've been in is a fake one? Hey, wait a minute. Oh my god, Hannah, is that really you? The vision of my little sister was faint, but I recognized her all the same. Sis, you haven't forgotten about me, have you? I could never forget about you. I've dreamed of this moment every night since the day you were gone. I can't believe I get the chance to see you again. Oh god, Hannah, it's so good to see you. I've missed you so much I can't begin to tell you. I've missed you too, sis. You look just how I remember you. I'm happy about that. I knew you'd find me one day. You always looked out for me. When I got into trouble, I knew you wouldn't give up on me. Everyone else did, but not you. Just like when I started playing netball in school. I wasn't very good and nobody wanted me on their team. You were the only one who'd pick me. You believed in me and encouraged me. You weren't bad. All you needed was confidence in yourself. That's why I knew you'd be the one to find me. I'm your big sister. It's my job to look after you. But I screwed that up. How could I let my little sister go missing for so long? I couldn't get to you sooner. I didn't have an idea what to do. We didn't know what happened to you. Rachel, it's not your fault. You can still help. What happened to you that day? Where did you go? I don't know. I don't remember a lot. Just some small things. Try your best to remember. Just give me something, anything that comes to mind. I was walking home from school. I think I was with somebody. I can't remember who. I remember trees, being cold, and wet. I think something bad might have happened. Don't worry, Anna. I'm here now. I won't let anything bad happen to you anymore. Just tell me where you are. I'm trapped in this strange place. It's not normal. Things don't seem right here. It doesn't work like how things work in our world. Our world? What are you saying? I don't know how I got here, but for some reason I understand the rules of this place. It's like a prison, and there are lots of things stuck here. Right now the door is open, but it won't stay open for long. You have to help me pass through the door. I'll help you, Hannah. Just tell me what I need to do. Kill someone. Hannah looked sheepishly to the side. Whatever she needed to ask was difficult. I don't know how to say this. Is it gonna be push someone else in? Trade it? Hey, I'll be alright. We're family. You can always trust me. The thing is, I can leave this place, but I need to follow the rules. Whoever leaves, someone needs to stay in their place. So I can't come back unless someone else stays behind inside the painting. My heart sinks into a dark corner inside my chest. The realization of what she asked snuffed out all hope in me. One of us had to remain inside the painting. We would still be separated. After the unbelievable joy of seeing Hannah again after all these years, the bitterness of remaining apart was too much to bear. Before I knew it, a stream of tears poured down my face. Nothing could stop my sobbing. That's not fair. It's just not fair. We're supposed to be together. How could I make this choice? No matter what I do, both of us won't be going home. The way I see it, it's a lose-lose situation. Rachel, please don't leave me here. I want to go home. I want to see Mom and Dad again. I miss them so much. You have to help me get out of here. You have to. For a while, I sobbed helplessly as Hannah looked on. She was remarkably strong for someone of her age and kept a brave face whilst I broke down. So mature yet so young. She must have been through more than I can imagine. In the vacuum of mist, another sound cut from my cries. Rachel! Rachel! The voice called to me from behind. Anita. It escaped my mind that we were still in her living room. The conversation with my sister inside the wall mist seemed to last forever. I'd forgotten that Anita was patiently waiting for me a few paces back. Is someone with you? Yes, I'm with Anita. Do you remember her? We're at our house. Hannah looks at me with distaste, an expression that didn't belong on her sweet face. Why are you at her house? You shouldn't be around someone like her. What do you mean? She's my friend. We're having a sleepover. Hannah fidgeted, clearly annoyed with something. But why does she have this painting in her house? It's her dad. He bought it from an auction not long ago. Is that what she told you? Yes, where else could it have come from? I don't believe her. Anita, why? I don't trust her. She's bad. I just know it. You don't really know her. What are you saying? Hannah returned looking awkwardly. There was still a fire in her eyes. I don't know what to tell you. I don't remember everything. She's just not a nice person. You shouldn't be with someone like her. Rachel, can you hear me? What's happening? What do you see? I don't know what I'm seeing anymore. Someone's going back in this painting. It's not me. Anita's yell was barely audible. Somehow the mist was blocking more than our visibility. I'm here. I'm fine. Don't tell her I'm here. Big sis, listen. We don't have much time left. I can feel the door beginning to close, like I said before. Someone needs to stay behind for me to come out. It doesn't have to be you or me. I look at Hannah square in the eyes. You can't ask me that. It's the only way, Rachel. I'm sorry, but we have no other choice. I want to go home. I want to go home with you. It's not right for me to stay here, but I don't want you to take my place. It should be Anita. We get home together if Anita stays behind. I know it's a hard thing to ask. She's your friend, but there's something else she's hiding. I wish I could remember what it is. I don't think it would be a bad thing if she's the one to swap with me. Hannah, you can't talk like that. You haven't seen the things I've seen. What happened to me isn't right. It's not right for me to be here. Away from you, and you shouldn't be the one to stay either. I'm tired, Rachel. I want to go home. Let's go home together. So we could save. Let's save our game. This is a pretty big one. So let's sacrifice Anita first. My head drops into both hands. The wave of what I was about to do hit me. I chose my sister's life over my friend Anita. It's at the security of her home I betrayed her trust. This is the most difficult choice I ever made. I don't know, I kind of clicked it in 2 seconds. It wasn't that difficult. Rachel? Hannah, I promise I will find you. Now that I have, I just can't let you go again. We'll go back home together. I'm glad. I know what I must do, but it doesn't make it any easier. This is the only way for us to be together. For that, I will do anything. It means telling a friend. I can live with that if it means getting you in return. Thank you, Rachel. This is the right thing to do, for us. Okay, I'm ready. How does this work? To release me, someone needs to be put in the painting. We need to get Anita closer, and then you'll have to push her inside. The rest I can do. Then we'll be reunited. Isn't that what you wanted for so long? It is. Good. I believe in you. Do your best. The voice of Anita came calling once more from beyond the wall of mist. Rachel, are you still there? Yes, I'm here. Thank God, I was beginning to worry. I've been calling you forever, but you wouldn't answer. What's happening in there? I've just been here. You didn't hear me talking before, did you? No, I wasn't even where you were calling for me. It's only now I can hear you. Is everything okay? Yes, I'm fine. It's perfectly safe in here. Come inside. There's nothing to be afraid of. I prefer not. This is too unnatural. You should get out of there right now. Wait, but there's something in here you should see. There's candy. And like Pokemon cards. There's the American Charizard first edition shiny in here. But you want one of those. It's at least $50 worth of Pokemon card. What is it? It's hard to explain. You have to see it for yourself. But Anita, I promise you it's alright. I've been inside longer than you have and nothing has happened to me. I'll be right beside you. You don't have to worry, just come and take a look at what I found. Fine, if you're so insistent, this better be good. A dark silhouette fades into view and soon Anita materialized into the foggy room for me in the painting. Anita glanced around, taking in the scenery. Well, what have you got to show me? I gestured to the painting. Hannah was no longer visible. She must have gone into hiding somewhere. The painting? What about it? It shows you things. I think it can show you the future. The painting's some sort of fortune teller. If you look right into it, you can see your future self. Anita turns to me with more enthusiasm than I had anticipated. Really? You've seen yours then? Yes. That's why I was here for so long. Not to say it's some juicy stuff. What did you see? I'm not telling you until you have something to tell me in exchange. Hurry up and take a look already. I'm looking, but I don't see anything at all. Get a closer look then, because you'll see your grave. You have a grave future, plus you'll be in the grave. Metaphorically, and maybe literally. Anita edges towards the painting with each encouragement. She was inches away from the portal, so close to stepping through to the other side. It would be so easy to push her over the edge, but something held me back. Lifting my hands felt impossible. All I could do was shake and pray Anita didn't turn around and see the distress I was in. Nothing is happening. Are you sure this works? Push her. Do it.
Push her into the painting. Do it.
I moved towards Anita, poised to give her a push, but I was slow. Anita turned around in time to catch what I was doing. My face must have worn an expression of madness because she was immediately alarmed. What are you? I gave Anita a hard shove, but she was able to deflect most of the blow. Our limbs tangled in mesh as we wrestled with each other. Anita let out a cry of confusion. Rachel, stop! Don't! I felt balance losing out. With the corner of my eye, I could see hands reaching out of the painting, helping pull Anita through to the other side. For a moment, we caught each other's eyes. She begged me to stop, desperation in her voice. Long live the king. I'm sorry, Anita. Applying my feet firmly to the ground, I delivered a forceful push and threw Anita topple backward into the painting. She vanished. A glowing light pierced the fog. The mist sprawled around like a hurricane. The room rattled. Picture frames holding the memories of Anita and her family jumped off the walls. Crockeries from the other rooms clattered against themselves. The world around me raged, and an instant subsided just as quickly. Everything returned to silence. I picked myself up from the floor in front of me like I saw the house's latest guest. She smiled warmly at me. Hello, Rachel. I dropped to my knees and embraced her in a tight hug, bearing myself deep into her, as if to tell the world that nothing can separate the two of us anymore. That was the story of how my sister came back after being missing for 2 years. However, this miracle came at a heavy price. Anita was never found. For the community, her sudden disappearance was made the more confounding with Hannah's return. No one is more confused than Anita's parents. They were devastated with Anita's disappearance. They press me for information on what happened that night whenever they can. I can't even look them in the eye when I lie about not knowing anything. That wasn't the end of the mystery, though. Anita's family found another surprise when they discovered something different about the painting that adorned the living room wall. When they look at it, the canvas no longer bore the image of a beautiful woman from before. In her place, you could now see a painting of Anita herself. The grief-stricken parents found a strange solace in this. This was surely a message from Anita that she was alive somewhere. How thoughtful of her to leave them a self-portrait to remind them of her when she's gone. Oh, that's a little bit weird. Anita's family would treat the painting like it was actually Anita when dote on it, even seeing it at the dinner table. The neighbors all took pity on the household, losing their mind. Sweetie, you've been so quiet lately. Has something happened at school? It's okay if you don't want to talk about it. We'll be here when it's time to open up. Things weren't much easier for me either. Hannah was back home, but somehow she seemed different. She's not the same bright-eyed girl we all knew her to be. Instead, there was an underlying darkness to her. She wouldn't laugh anymore, and sometimes I'd catch her tormenting little animals in the garden. Whatever she's experienced, I believe it's changed her forever. Sometimes I wonder if she's even the same little girl who disappeared 2 years ago. Goosebumps. Ending 2, Childhood's End. So, clearly that was a bad ending, although an alternate bad ending anyway. So, don't trust Hannah. Alright, let's do one more ending. Let's try sacrificing myself, which is a stupid thing to do, but whatever. Because you gotta sacrifice anybody, at least let it be someone else. I'm sorry, Hannah. I'm sorry for everything you've been through. I wish things could go back the way they were before. But that's not possible. The truth is, I can't betray Anita and live with myself. You deserve to return home. That's something I can do, but I can't be there with you. Anna's just like, oh, okay. She just leaves. Alright, my bag's packed. What are you saying? I will take your place. After all the suffering, I found you. I told you that it's my job to look after you. That's what big sisters do. I'll finally be able to save you now. Rachel, are you sure this is what you want to do? It's the only way. Hannah, I love you so much. Please take care of Mom and Dad. Don't you worry about me. This isn't your fault. Go on and live a good life. Yours was stolen from you. You deserve a second go at it. So live the life you've always wanted. I know your sister is very proud of you. With my final words, I stepped forwards into the painting. A tingling sensation surged through my body as I passed through the barrier between the two worlds. Leaving behind the world I knew, this new realm felt cold and lonely. I felt an immense force push down on me like the atmosphere was suddenly heavier. I turned to see a portal closing up. In a fraction of time, I caught a final glance of Hannah on the other side. She was back home. The memory of something I could hold on to in the tiring times to follow. My sister has been found. I could take solace in this. Something icy touched my cheek. My cold teardrop shook me back to reality. I couldn't tell if it was the tears that clouded my vision or the mist that swirled around me. Everything was hard to see. In the shadows I felt the presence of others. Below me I saw a giant well where the mist spiraled towards. I stared into the abyss and pondered the journey ahead. So is this just a door to the afterlife? People who live on the edge can kinda maybe go on. Ending 1, Lost in the Dark.